Yay. So, hi everyone, I'm Damaris Mercado. Thank you for being here today. Welcome to the call. As you have received this invite to the call, you know what it's about, so there's no surprises here. Everyone's here at their own free will. And we're just in for a very good moment for the next 20 minutes or so. And I feel very happy to have a couple of special guests on the call. Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, maybe a thumbs up, that'll be great. I can see some people, awesome. Once again, if you're just joining the call, you can type into the chat box. If you have a message that can go directly to me or to the whole group, that's how we communicate. You can ask questions as well. We have a few people who have dialed in, so welcome to the call as well. This is a Zoom call for those of you who have dialed in. A Zoom call allows us to be able to see one another. It's a video, video platform. Anyhow, so here we are today, and I'm really excited to share today, to share a little bit of my story. I am happy to, as I put in my Facebook post and my Instagram post, to come out, if you will. I've been very fortunate to have a wonderful opportunity that kind of fell in my lap, and I just want to be able to share that. So the past couple of years, I've been really working on my own health and helping other people get healthy, and as well as make some money along the way. And after being asked by a few people what I'm up to, I said, okay, it's time for me to start sharing. So that's what this call is about. It's a series of calls that I'll be hosting. This week, we're focused on women's health and wealth, and next week, we're focused on men's health. And the following week will be on athletes. So you can invite to these different calls that we're having. And then the following week will be this 18 to 30, 35 age group. It's a whole different dynamic going on. But today we're focused on women's health and wealth. And so a little bit of my story is, well, with regards to this opportunity that we want to share, it is called Isagenix. Some of you may be familiar with Isagenix. Don't go searching for it now. We're going to tell you some information. You might spell it wrong and find all kinds of other stuff. You don't want to order on Amazon either. You want to connect back with the person who shared this call with you today to really help customize your experience and get you more information if you're interested. So a few years ago, I was introduced to this by a friend of mine. And it was at a really great time in my life. I was feeling a little bit, let's just say, frumpy and rather without energy. And I was at the point where either I was going to have to get a whole new wardrobe or I was going to have to lose some weight because I was feeling a little bit swollen too. So after I had tried a program, in a very short time, I released about 7 pounds and 11 inches off my body, and I was able to get back into the pants and everything else in my wardrobe. So I was very happy, and it was much less costly to do that than to invest in all sorts of new clothes. But don't get me wrong, I still treat myself to some nice garments every now and then. And also I was waking up before my alarm clock. So I felt like, wow, okay, something just went off inside me. And I knew that I had to share this because I just was hearing too many stories about people who were not doing well, who were not feeling well. And that was one aspect of it. And because I have my own health and wellness business around yoga and meditation, and it's a more of a part-time thing, but I also saw the opportunity to be able to help people and on a referral basis be able to receive some income that was much needed as a single parent, as well as taking care of a very ill family member at the time. And without having to go into an office and work somewhere, I was able to work from anywhere. So these are the two aspects for me that have really made a difference in my life, that I've been able to share with other people and have them have their own stories and have differences in their lives as well. And so basically I went from feeling kind of fat and frumpy to a little bit fit and fabulous is what I like to say. And with that being said, I want to invite one of our guests on here today. So I know that Joanne and Julie, you both have phenomenal stories to share. Let's see, who would like to go first? If not, I'll just basically pick. Let's go with Julie. Julie, where are you? Are you
I
here?
am here. Yes, well, it's your party, so you have to decide who goes first.
So
Actually,
Julie,
I'm sorry, dear. Go ahead.
no, Julie, I want to just kind of, introduce you really quickly because some people may not really know a bit of your background, but Julie is a dynamic speaker, an actress, a comedian, an educational consultant. Julie has been a very dear person in my life. She's had a host of personal things go on too, and she has been a strong influence of perseverance for me as well. And was someone who I had shared Isagenix with a bit before she actually got started. And I'll let you take it from there, Julie.
Sure, and thank you for all of that. The thing is, my story is very much analogous to yours, and I do recall prior to my coming to you, you mentioning Isagenix, because I used to have these parties to the team where I would once a year get to see everybody that I really loved, and they come to my house. And I remember Antonio Aponte, who is on this call, is someone that I have known for more years than I will ever admit to anyone on this call. Yes, he was my babysitter. Just kidding. Anyway, he came to one of my parties and he brought this fabulous woman with him. She was fabulous. And I don't know, there was just something about Lady Dama that I couldn't get over. And she was amazing. And I think she probably brought it up to me because I think that's true. I was trying to push all this food on both of them and they kept refusing. Because it was really fatty, terrible food. Anyway, beside the point. In April of 2017, I actually reached out to Dama because I had been taking care of my mom for 5 years, and mom had passed away. And to be quite frank, while I was taking care of her, I wasn't taking care of myself. I was giving her superior care, yet I was falling apart. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't moving properly. I wasn't doing anything properly. And after my mom died, I actually got worse because I was eating and eating and eating because I was trying to fill a hole, and I was trying to do it with food. And it was just a bad scene. And a year after she died, I was at the doctor and I got on the scale and I almost passed out. They took my blood pressure and I can't even tell you what it was, but I was dying. I was killing myself, and I didn't know what to do because I had done these crazy diets for a year because I felt myself going out of control, but I didn't know what to do to get myself back into control. And I don't know, literally out of the blue, one day, I just picked up the phone and I called Damaris and I said, you always look so great and so vibrant and so alive. I think I was actually crying on the phone with you. It's like, I don't know what to do. I'm just at my end, And she talked to me about Isagenix. And here's the thing. I'm sure anything can work for anybody, but what I do know is the thing you choose to work for you, you have to be all in on. And I was ready to change my life, and I was ready to change my body, and I committed myself to the program. And, it was something at the time, it was like, oh, it's expensive, but what Damaris told me, which is so true, which I always knew, is, at what cost? What price are you going to put on your health and well-being for the rest of your life? And so, I stuck to that program, and let me tell you, I literally started April 1st, 2017.
Ooh, we have an Isaversary happening.
And that's exactly right. April 1st, 2017. And here was the weirdest thing is that in June, I was going to France. And I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, whenever I'm in France, I drink and I eat and blah, blah, blah. But I was 234 pounds April 1st. When I went to France, June 27th, 2 days before my birthday, I was 198 pounds from April to June. I actually lost weight while I was in France. I did not have my Isagenix with me, but I actually lost weight because I'd gotten myself into a system and into a mode. And then I came back and I continued on the program. I lost my 70th pound in December of 2017. I went from 30% BMI to a 23.1% BMI. Now, the other part of it is too, I aggressively work out, which is amazing, but I did not start my workout until I lost some weight with Isagenix. And I tell you, it's just, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I have energy. I do, it's great. And I had my annual physical, and my weight has not fluctuated more than 4 pounds since I lost my 70th pound. So it's been a great story.
That is a tremendous,
been a life-changing story.
That is a tremendous story, Julie. Thank you so much for sharing. And that's why I wanted to have you on this call, because I wanted people to hear your story, because I've known it,
right.
But not too many people have known it, and I just really wanted to be able to highlight you and the experiences that you went through, because oftentimes people just see like these before and after pictures, but I think it's really important for people to understand life is happening. Yep. Different aspects of life are happening, right? And we can be inconsistent, and that's part of life, but it keeps going. And you can fall off the wagon, get back on the wagon, fall off. And this is a very forgiving program, because I've seen this happen with numerous people. And Joanne, you can speak to that as well. And so with that, I'll bring in Joanne, and then we can continue having conversation. I in honor of everyone's time, I don't want to, take too much time. So I'd like to wrap up the call like another 10, 15 minutes tops. But, but I want to bring Joanne into the fold right now, because Joanne has been a mentor for me. She's been a coach for me. She's been the one who kept in touch with me after I had first started Isagenix, and then, had kind of lingered for a moment. And, she just really kept me inspired and brought me back around to reassure me to just keep going with this and keep sharing with people and to never give up. So Joanne's my never give up person. Joanne, we actually flew down to Puerto Rico together at the end of January and hung out for a moment and stayed together. Joanne is a flight attendant. She is a lifelong learner. She's a health coach. She's certified in a whole bunch of things. A wife, a mom, and she's soon to be retiring. I guess you can say when, on her part-time income that she is generating through Isagenix, and she has her own transformation story. So Joanne, please definitely share.
Well, how can I not stay in touch with Lady Dama? Oh my God, you had me at hello, girl. Damaris and I met at an Isagenix event, and the rest was history. And we just became lifelong friends. So I adore you. My story is pretty simple. My mother-in-law got really sick, and she had heart disease, and she had passed away. And it was a wake-up call for my husband and I. And my husband was overweight, and we were like, okay, we have to do something. We have to make a change. So my husband wanted to lose weight. I wanted to lose weight too, but more so for me was my energy. There was a point that I was just tired all the time. And I remember shopping once with my mother, and I had said to her, something's wrong. I'm sick. I mean, I shouldn't be feeling like this. Something's not right. And, my husband and I were trying to do the right things. We're exercising, we're dieting, and, it just wasn't working for us. And we hired a personal trainer. And I remember this trainer said, you have to find some type of protein shake, because you have to get these nutrients into your body. Whey protein, is your body will absorb it. You have to get it up. I was like, well, what kind of shakes? And he could not recommend any shakes to me. And for me, my mom would give me Carnation instant breakfast when we were growing up. So like, that was the only shake I knew, and he would not give me a name. And then I remember back in the 80s, I think there was this big scare with protein shakes. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. I'm much older than a lot of you. I just had my 60th birthday.
Woo-hoo! Happy birthday.
But so I went to work, and a friend of mine, in just casual conversation, told me that she lost a significant amount of weight. I think she said she lost 40 pounds, but more important, that she had all this energy, and her energy was through the roof. And I was like, I went over the tables, and I was like, I don't care what it is, give it to me. I need it. And I bought this, one of the largest programs you could get with Isagenix. I just whipped out my credit card, and I was like, here. I think I bought the President's Pack, and because I wanted my husband and I to share this, and it was pretty expensive. And I remember I took it home, and my husband, he almost divorced me. He was like, you spent like hundreds of dollars on a protein shake? Why didn't you ask me? I said, first of all, you would have said no. I said, and it's better to ask forgiveness than ask permission. I said, second of all, it's a 30-day money back guarantee. And I wanted us to share this. So it was like, I got enough for the two of us. And what do we have to lose? No pun intended. And my husband, who was nearing 300 pounds, looked at me. He said, look at me. He goes, if I can't drink a shake for dinner unless you're putting a pizza in it, I'm not doing it. He goes, I will starve to death. I said, Bill, just try it. And this man took to it. I took to it. He went on to lose 65 pounds. And the thing is that shake is a perfect balance of protein, carbohydrates, and fats. It's a perfect meal. And it's chock full of nutrients, all for 240 calories. So it feeds your body. And when it feeds your body, you're not hungry. So, he thought he was going to be hungry, but for the first time, we were actually putting nutrients in our body, because our food supply, unfortunately, just doesn't give us what it needs. It's just nutritionally deficient. So these shakes, and then along with the cleansing process, which was a key for me, once I started cleansing, the pounds just started melting off like nothing else. And I lost 22 pounds, and my energy levels were through the roof. I was like, life had changed. So I sent my girls off to college with it. Now, I told them, I said, listen, just drink the shakes, just take the greens. I don't care what you guys do. You need to put this nutrition in your body. And so I sent them off to college with it. I got my mother on it. I got my dad on it. And I remember getting a credit card in the mail with $250 on it. I was like, what? I mean, the company is paying me to share something I love with those I love. What would happen if I shared it with everybody I came into contact with? Because I just truly love this program. I've done my research. It is a pure, no compromise company. Their ingredients are third-party tested, and I'm just in love with it. And I will shout it out to the world. And because the company pays you for sharing it, and it pays you well, I'm going to retire very soon. My part-time income is starting to match my full-time income, and I'm able to fly less and less and less. I don't know if I'll quit completely, because being a flight attendant and flying for free is actually fun, and I could get to go on trips with my friends. Damaris, like she said, we went to San Juan. It was fun. She flew with me. I worked, and I served her, and she 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 was a princess, sat on the jump seat. But, you know, so it, you know, that type of things are fun, but I don't have to work as much. And it's just been an amazing journey. And I'm just so proud to share this and shout it out to the world. And like, I think it was Julie who said, you know, it's not expensive. Like, at what cost? You know, it's expensive compared to what? Because it's not. I mean, your health care, when you get sick, that's expensive. And it may seem expensive because you're buying like 30 days worth of food at once. And if we were going to go to the supermarket and buy all that stuff, we would be in shock. If we had to go to Starbucks and buy, you know, 30 days worth of coffee, I mean, we would be in shock. So it kind of seems like a lot because you're paying it up front, but you're replacing that price for a few meals. And so it's really not expensive at all.
Well, oh my gosh, I'm looking at the time. The time is flying.
What did Patty say?
I'm sure there's a few people on the call who may be wondering about their own stuff, right? And how they can, you know, use Isagenix to achieve their goals. And I'm looking at some of the people who are on this call. There's a couple people who are hidden. I don't either see their video or their name here, but some of the other people, I get an idea. I know a little bit of their stories and I know who's on the line. So we have varying age ranges here, from early mid-20s, you know, I guess up at 60s, it kind of looks like, right? If we have to put numbers. We have different professional backgrounds on the call. And so what I love is that this company appeals to all kinds of people. There are no barriers for education, for race, religion, age, you know, proximity, or rather location. You know, Isagenix is open in 17 different countries or 18 different countries and territories. And, you know, I have a bit of a business happening and working with people in different parts of the world. And there are a number of people who are on my team, and so who I've never met. And, you know, I want to invite you to understand a little bit more, if your interest is in understanding how to generate some more income, right after this call. One of our partners is having a call. Her name is Susan Miller. She is absolutely phenomenal. She was a hairdresser for a number of years. Also a mom, has one child going into college, one child just out of college. She became a millionaire within a couple of years solely with Isagenix. So the potential is there for anyone if they want to just earn maybe a few $100s a month or a week or a few thousand, or whatever your goal is, it's there for you. It's as we know, anything we want to do is going to require whatever effort is necessary for it to happen in our lives, no matter what. Right? So I will put that number up on the chat as we're wrapping up this call in a moment. I definitely want to say that we cannot make any claims to heal, to cure. The FDA says the only ones that can do that are them, and that it would have to be labeled a drug. And so when we start to talk about products and drugs and nutrition, we also have a separate call for that during the week as well. So this time today is really about just hearing some people's stories, and I want to invite you back to connect with the person who shared this information with you, to be here today, to find out more and really personalize what it is that you are seeking for your life, and to be able to hold hands and run alongside you to help you achieve your goals. And well, there's a few different reasons why people might get involved, and I don't know if you want to share a couple of those, Joanne. But oh, are you muted?
I'll definitely share.
All right.
Definitely share, because I speak about this every day. But people decide to use Isagenix for many reasons, and a lot of people just use it for health purposes. Like, I will use it every single day for the rest of my life. I'll drink a shake, I'll drink my greens, and they have a lot of other products, vitamins and stuff. But a lot of people are using it just for health purposes, to gain, to boost their immune system, more energy, sleep better, they're going through hormonal stuff. It balances you out. So they're using it just for health purposes. And then we have a lot of athletes using it because, the whole program, it burns toxic fat, and it helps them with workouts, helps them with recovery after workouts. So we have a whole sports line that athletes absolutely love. And then, of course, the primary, a lot of people are just coming in for weight loss. But I have to tell you this, once you put these products in your body, and it's a 30-day money back guarantee, you are going to get physical, visible results within days, not weeks, not months, days. And people are going to notice, and they're going to want what you have. And you're going to share it. You're going to share it. You're going to share it with those you love, and the company's going to pay you. And if you don't want to get paid, then find a charity, because you're going to get paid anyway if you start to share it. But a lot of people, I don't want to stop on that wealth creation, because Isagenix is a network marketing company, and I know sometimes network marketing has a negative connotation with it, but it's not. And our products are second to none. And we have the best compensation plan in the industry. And I have to tell you guys, if you don't want to share it with anybody, if you don't want to make money, it doesn't matter. We're not about that. Just get these products in your body, see for yourself. If you don't like it on the 29th day, get your money back. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Joanne. So once again, I invite you to get back to the person who shared this call with you. We're going to jump because we like to support one another and the calls that we have here. We have a wealth of calls happening each day. There's a call. The company puts on their calls. We have teams that come together. We have Facebook groups that support through coaching, whether it's a product or health experience that you are seeking. Are you going to take a picture? Am I on the screen right now? Oh, I am? Okay, because I see you, Joanne. Sorry. I got distracted because I see your big camera phone like in my face right now. That's the funniest thing. And anybody who listens back to this recording or is watching has no clue what's going on. But because I see everybody's little windows up here. Anyhow, so I just put it into the chat area, the information for the Zoom call that's happening, that's starting now as soon as we hang up from here. So I won't close this window yet because I want you to grab that information. The Zoom call, for more information, if you're interested on hearing more and more specifically with regards to how to generate some income, whether it's some side income to, pay a water bill or a car or the student loans, or have some money for vacation, or help out with, healthcare, whatever it is for you. I would encourage you to get on that call just so you can hear some more information. I'll read it out loud for those who are not on the Zoom. If you can just grab something to write it down real quick.
We're going to talk about the product too. Susan will probably go into her story. So
absolutely.
Well.
Right, because she is an autoimmune survivor. She was definitely afflicted with quite a bit for a number of years, and so she'll be sharing a bit of her story. But her main thing right now is really about helping people to make money and alleviating the financial pain. And that's another thing that really aligns me with this company, is their mission, because it also aligns with my spiritual practice. And that is to help free people from physical and financial pain. And I feel like if we have the opportunity, the possibility, and the wherewithal to do so, and it's within our power, then we have that responsibility to share and to help others prosper. So that's, those are my goals. I know that I'm striving to continue to do that. There are a lot of causes that are of interest to me and charities that I like to donate to, and those are driving forces for me. So that call number, you would do the same thing, the same way you got on this Zoom. The ID number is 951-899-6071. Once again, that's Zoom ID 955 951-899-6071. And then the dial-in info, if you're calling by phone, is 646-558-8656. And then you enter that same ID number, kind of like the same way you got on this call. Anyhow, I want to thank all of you for being on this evening, giving of your time, for everyone staying and hanging out. Get back to the person who introduced you to this call tonight, and be mindful. Next week, we're going to have a call on Monday at 8 p.m., and that one's going to be focused on men's health and wealth. Thank you for being here. See you next Monday. Take care. Ciao for now.